One.
He has to go and wipe his dick.
Okay. So yeah, I've been climbing a lot. What have you guys been doing?
I'm actually dueling a guy in For Honor right now named Daedalus. How ironic.
That's impossible. There's really a person?
Not spelled
Screenshot
this. It's not spelled the same way you spell it. But
it's not from anything. Why are people trying to steal my name?
I was having a good fight with him, and then he threw me off a ledge, so now I'm sad.
It sounds like something I'd do.
If you ever kill Eslo, my next character is going to essentially be a conqueror from For Honor. Playing this game has inspired me to want to run around with a flail.
Last time you said you were just going to make the guy from Star Wars you made.
Yeah, Mac Diesel, and he's going to have a flail. Because I feel like that's the kind of reckless weapon he would have.
What's the plan? What are we doing?
Alright, I'm back. What are we doing?
Yeah, what's happening?
We're going spelunking.
We're going down!
Down the well.
In the cave!
You guys are going to the well, not the other 2 paths, or not the other 3 paths? Wait, hold on. Let me make sure we got all the paths that we can possibly have explained. So, when you first enter into the mine, you're met by the foreman and his guard. That's where you guys went back to rest for a short rest. So spend your hit dice accordingly. Then you go into a situation where you see 4 options. Option 3 was the option that we took and have been going through.
Yep.
All right. Then in option 3, there is another 3 options. Option 1 is a adamantine alloy door that you guys haven't been able to figure out. Option 2 is where the shaman was. Option 3 leads out to the ravine.
What do you mean where the shaman was? There was nothing on from the shaman.
So where are we at currently?
It was
still at the door?
Option
Yeah.
2.
Or we go
Those
and rest somewhere?
I mean, I guess.
We went out, we rested.
Yep.
Okay. So we were going back in, and I think the general consensus was spelunking down that first well.
Okay. All right. So tell me how you're doing it.
So who all do we have?
I think we're only missing Jenna right now.
So basically, when you went back to camp, Jenna said she had to return back to the keep. She left. If Joe Orbick is here, hold on a second. Let me text him.
I was going to say, I think he asked Dan or someone to text him when you were back.
I did.
Okay. So it would be 5 party members strong then. Instead of 6, you have Lucas, Cardiff, Bunder, Eslo, and Stenin. And Daniel Young, can you do me a favor and click on the top right? There's a cog. Click the cog, and then you see where it says display name?
Mm-hmm.
Put Cardiff, parentheses, Dan, parentheses.
Okay.
Great. Thank you. Cool beans. So what's the plan?
Spelunk the well.
Yeah.
How?
Between us.
It's 50 foot.
You said it's 50 foot down.
With a rope.
You're right.
Tie a rope around the planks or the wood that is secured in the other room. It's about like 20 feet, maybe 30 feet. And then tie another rope to that one, and then fucking head on down. One at a time. Well, you're going to lower me down, because I'm not climbing down shit.
By yourself.
Well, I'm not going first.
No, hell no.
Kind of like a Cardiff sandwich.
Hey.
Pretty
No,
sure Stenin will go first.
Yeah, and then I'll help lower Cardiff.
I'll go last.
I guess I'll go in the middle then, after Lucas.
Seeing as how Stenin is the strongest and the most capable, he will go first. I am the most defensible and the second strongest after Stenin. I will go last. Squishy's in between.
So, okay, the person who's going first. That's all I need.
Stennen.
Okay. Joe Orbit, can you see in the dark?
Cast light on him. I've had light cast on him after the coin.
He's got a glowing source of light. He comes down to the bottom of the well. After climbing down the rope, it's easy enough because it kind of slopes in and then slopes out. So he's got only a couple of 10 or so feet where he actually has to heft on the rope. You get down there, you land on the landing. You see that there are two small alcoves. They kind of look like portals out from above, but seeing them now, they just kind of look like entry points into kind of like a small little alcove, like a cubby hole. The one to the west appears to be seated with a small little altar. Setting in the altar, there are what look like kind of just baubles, really. Things that you might wear around your neck or like attached to your garb. They're all made out of bronze and looks like they're set with jade and other semi-precious stones. On the opposite side, completely and absolutely just a stone wall. Roll investigation.
Hello.
Okay. I can hear you. Could you hear me?
Sorry, my mic was fucking up.
Could you hear me, though?
Joe?
Yeah, what do you want me to roll?
Investigation. Or intelligence, whichever. Both same thing. So yeah, looking around, it doesn't. I mean, because again, you're kind of taken aback that this is all there is. So you kind of start searching around, looking. Strange brick wall, strange, brick alcove with the gems sitting out on like a little pedestal. You pick up the gems, kind of look them over. You're looking for traps because you're wary, of course. But yeah, you pick up this jewelry and kind of look it over. You figure it's probably worth about 20, 25 gold. But that's all that's down here.
I set it back down, shrug, and wait. Someone else is coming behind me, right?
Yeah, who's the second person?
Probably Cardiff, I would assume, because we have to lower him down.
Yep, that's all there is. The stuff that I just said.
So it's just trinkets in the alcoves, that's it?
There's trinkets in one alcove. There's nothing in the other.
Oh, there's no hallway leading through down the alcoves or anything? It's really just a little stash. All right. Back up.
There's something to that wall. Thinking of sigils, I suppose. I don't fucking know.
You don't fucking know.
I don't fucking know.
I mean, do you want to search the area since you're down there, Cardiff? You're the only two down there?
Yeah.
There's not much room for anybody else to get down there, but yeah, roll an investigation.
There's nothing down there.
So you're pretty sure the wall that does not have an altar setting in it is a false wall. There's something behind it.
Well, I'm gonna just tinker with it.
No, there's no trap door or anything to it. There's just a false wall. Someone put up a wall and set it there.
Stennen. This wall here. I start knocking on it with my staff. This is a false wall. I go and I just sit down and.
There's nowhere to sit. There's really not room.
I sit on Stennen's shoulder.
You walk up over to the wall, you bring your hammer up and kind of like have a smile on your face, and you throw it back and bring it forward, slamming it down hard into the stone, hitting it in between like right at the crux of like 4 bricks, and you kind of smile at yourself as you do so. The problem is the immediate thing that happens next just kind of like makes the sense of accomplishment kind of flood from your face. And when I say flood, I mean literally flood from your face. As the bricks slam inwards, they push back outwards as the entire wall starts to collapse as the structural integrity is being broken from it, and water starts to spill into the well that you're in. You have the rope, and the water starts to fill the well. What are you guys doing?
Just keep swimming.
Just
Okay. Just stay afloat as it fills up, and go back up to the top. Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
All right, make an athletics check to see if you can hold yourself aloft.
Okay. Wait, that's the wrong button.
Same for you, Sten. Yeah, you're definitely not outsmarting it, and well,
All right, I
okay.
am gonna luck that.
Yeah, that's 2 points of luck already, and yeah, you survive. Okay, so you guys managed to keep yourselves afloat. The well fills all the way back up to the top and levels off perfectly right at the well's tip, maybe with maybe a half an inch of space clearance from the top of the well's lip. And you guys are able to just pull yourselves out of the water, but everybody else is just kind of like, they're coming back, but I don't know how it's happening. And there you are.
Nailed it.
So, anyone want to go down one of the other pathways?
Might as well get over and done with.
Yep. Next one.
Yeah.
So we keep going down path number 3, right?
Path number 3, the only way that you currently have a means of exiting out is to the ravine, and that literally just takes you outside to the real world.
So we can't get back up to where the paths split off?
What I'm trying to say is path 3 is exhausted.
Okay.
And also, since the gems and trinkets were placed back on the thing, they are lost underneath the well water.
So our options right now are that hidden
Path
contraption.
1, path 2, path 4, back at the very first fork,
Right.
or really nothing much inside of option 3, or you can go to the secret dungeon that you found. Those are the options, but the door there is kind of sealed.
I vote we go back down one of the other pathways at the beginning of the mine.
Agreed.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So a little damper than before. You guys proceed back to the fork. There are 4 paths set before you: path 1, path 2, path 3, path 4. And if you remember correctly, path 1, this is for Joe, path 1 was sealed off by a cave-in and hasn't been explored in the last couple of 6 weeks. Path 2, but that kind of happened at about the same time people went missing. A couple people went missing, rather. Path 2, that
We'll
one.
go down path 1, at least up to the cave-in.
Okay. All right. So you guys get to the rocks. It looks like the rocks are from above and have kind of crumbled in. And it looks like there's kind of like a divot above where that's at. There's definitely enough space for a small-sized creature to get through. But you would definitely need to do some lifting and some buff muscle man work to get the stone out of the way to be able to crawl through as a larger person, like a medium-sized person. What would you like to do?
I leave it up to the party. I could move these rocks, but it's going to take time. Should we choose another path for now?
I'm still curious about that one door.
Which door?
There's something to it. The one with the sigil.
The adamantine one that you don't know the arcane glyph to open it with.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Doors
need.
that we can't go through. So what's the point?
And then
we
there's
got it.
also the door with a key that you don't have the device for.
Yeah.
I guess we
I-
might as well just.
I want to clear the rocks.
Yeah, let's just clear the rock. It seems like our best bet for actually getting forward.
Space-wise, there's only enough room for 1 or 2 of you to kind of work at it. So I know Stenin, being the beefy McNasty that he is going to go at it. And because this is his job, I'm going to give him advantage for it as well. Who is going to be assisting him?
Lucas.
Me.
I'll coach him. I'll coach him because that's
Lucas
that's
or
useful.
Bunder? Lucas said first, but who is it?
I don't know who has the higher strength.
The dwarf is probably more familiar with stone.
Let's go with the dwarf then.
Roll
there
a
any-
I'm
strength
probably
check.
stronger
So-
as well.
I was gonna say, since we're in a mine, are there any pickaxes they could use that are probably more effective than a hammer?
Not very close to where you're at. You could definitely go back and acquire some. Bunder isn't much help. In fact, Stenin, you kind of feel like Bunder's kind of getting in the way. But you
I can
managed to
never
clear
fucking
this.
roll.
You managed to clear the stone pretty quickly, quicker than you were anticipating. It only takes you about 30 minutes, and it gives you a decent crawl space that one person could get through well enough. Who's going to be the first one through?
I'll go through since I have dark vision.
Any objections?
Nope.
Sounds good.
Get in there. You got
All right.
this.
So I'll
Okay.
climb up and in.
I just take a breather for a sec.
Hold on a second. There you go. As you crawl through, you kind of enter into what looks like a long passageway. It looks like up ahead, you can see it looks like a natural wall was kind of broken away, but the stone kind of lying in that rubble, it looks like there are two walls that were kind of met on one side. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying?
I think so, yeah.
There was like a natural wall set against like a not natural wall,
Okay, yeah.
and they both have been broken in. I don't know how much sight you're seeing, but let me go ahead and pull myself to your map.
I was about to say I can see like the start of where the
Hold
rubble
on.
is.
I can see everything you can see now. So yeah, if you want to go ahead and advance, that's perfectly acceptable. And then once you do so, I'll ask who will be going through next. It does take a little while to crawl through.
Up to here.
Okay. Do you see what I see?
Yeah, the dead guy and the blood trail.
Yeah, it looks like there's a dead guy laying in the stone, the rubble. It kind of looks like he's laying as if he was kind of moving away from something. Hold on a second here. All right, bear with me here for a second. Okay. Did you see something kind of appear in the shadows off in the far distance?
Do what?
In the far distance, do you see anything else?
I can see another. Looks like another body there, and then like a statue or something in between that.
Sure. So, who is following behind Lucas?
Sure.
Bender. Okay. You kind of mosey on through. You can see that he's intently looking at something. I'm assuming you're kind of crouched down, trying to keep yourself quiet, and you've got your bow drawn. Just an assumption.
Yeah.
Okay. You can see that Bunder's the next one through, and he's certainly not quiet about it. He kind of rolls down the stone and kind of plops up, and then unceremoniously dusts himself off as he kind of gets out there and sees you.
I'm gonna turn around and kind of motion for him to be quiet. Or quieter.
I can try, lad. As he clunks forward towards you.
All right. Lucas, are you doing anything immediately after that?
I'm gonna continue to move up, but it's gonna be very like cautiously.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Go ahead and move up.
Stealth as well.
Yeah, you were just kind of moving up to him, so stay where you're located. Lucas is kind of advancing a little bit. You can now see that there is another dead body laying next to the statue. The statue appears to be a Varian, kind of similar to the statue that was broken in the other room or the other hall passageway. This one appears to have, no cracks on it whatsoever, but it is holding a sword, a very large sword. It's made out of stone, the sword, but it does appear to be a big one.
Clink, clink.
Who's the
clink.
third on through?
I'll climb on in.
All right.
I'm decently stealthy. It's the only good roll I've rolled, apart from that one perception check.
I'm assuming you cast light on yourself as you pass through. Right, Dan?
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's pitch black. Okay. Are you guys moving forward at all, or waiting for the rest of the group?
I'm gonna
Wait
come up to
for-
the. I'm gonna come up to the first body,
We're gonna rocks.
and I'm gonna stay right here, and kind of overlook the body and see if I can see anything that
Sure.
Like- what cause of death or something.
2 checks from you: perception and medicine.
Okay.
Yeah, how long has it been there?
You said perception, right?
Yeah. And
Medicine.
also medicine.
Be checking the body over, see how long it's been there.
So you're not really. I mean, you can see the things that you can see. Obviously, you can see that there's a door. Hold on, let me make sure I've got that one locked from sight. No, I don't.
Nope, I can see through it. But I already know this part anyway, so.
Yeah, well, you suck. There's a statue, a pool of water, fountain, still kind of burbling, and a set of double doors on the back wall. The dead body's dead. The other dead body's dead. The one you see, you can't see the wound that killed him. Looks like it might have been on his front side, and you're seeing his dorsal side. And then the other one next to him, it looks like he has several cuts across his chest, and it's kind of stinking up pretty nasty. Bunder, if you want to roll medicine, you can check and see how long they've been dead. Yeah, they've been down here for as long as the other miners might have been dead, and their dress and attire tells you that they're probably miners. It looks like they were cut by a very large sword blade.
Like a stone
Yeah,
sword
looks like one in
blade.
front.
Doesn't look like it was made out of stone.
But the blood trail says otherwise.
Right.
The blood trail says otherwise, but these cuts are too clean to have been stone.
Yeah.
Like they'd have to have. The only stone you can think of that would cut this clean is obsidian.
Oh. At 6th level. Oh. Well, whatever.
Hmm.
Doesn't matter.
Who's next through?
I'll go. Why not? Crawl.
One.
Get through the goddamn hole. Come on.
All right.
Oh boy. Oh no. I feel like I'm having flashbacks.
And then I'm assuming the next one, the last one, would be Stennen, quickly moving through after other people. Got it. Okay. Yeah, definitely the miners, to be sure. Bunder, if you want to make a perception check.
Your friends.
Mm-hmm.
There's a harsh divide in the room. You can see that there's worked stone and natural, just kind of unworked stone. You are kind of standing on the unworked stone, but you can see that there are a total of 5 bricks or tiles that are kind of set, kind of forming a dividing line in the room.
Does it ever look like there was previously a solid wall or door, or does it look like this room has always led onto a cavern?
So basically, kind of what you're standing over, it looks like it was, from what you can tell, just stonework wise, it looks like someone built a worked stone door or stone gate or just wall where you're standing, and then a natural cave was kind of formed over it to kind of hide it away.
Okay. Waiting for the others at this point.
Yep.
All right.
I feel like semi over the body. I was investigating it after all.
All right.
Are you coming down or what?
Joe and Eslo, Stennen and Steve. What are you guys doing?
Try not to panic a lot.
Hey, John, what's that look like? That statue.
It looks like an Avarian soldier or guard.
inspect the bodies and check them off my list.
Okay. So bear with me. I'm gonna get my notes because I actually know who these two are.
Found your friends. Looks like they've been dead for a while.
Are there still... How many miners in total were missing?
This is Jacobus
Two.
and Maylor. So Kevis and Johann were the two that you found in the goblin place. Jacobus and Maylor are the two that you can see here. And they're pretty easy to recognize, except their faces are kind of like locked in horror. They definitely decomposed a bit. But yeah, you can recognize them. And then there are two others, Eric and Ben. And that's Aric, Eric.
Okay. Stenin, are these the couple of the miners that you were looking for?
Yes, unfortunately. I'm not holding out much hope in how long it's taken us to find them in the first place. I imagine that Ben and Eric have also passed, but I need to find them so that their families can be sure.
Hopefully for them, they haven't been used by the flesh thief.
This mine is such a maze. It's no wonder it's taken us such time.
It's not the mine that's the problem, lad.
And at the end of the hall, is that a door behind this thing?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I'm gonna kind of walk up to the statue and start looking it over and see if there's any writing or any carvings or anything on the statue.
All right, so as you traverse over the stones there, the statue actually begins to glow. The points in the armor that seem to be where flesh might be start to glow purplish in color. And it seems like the stone itself starts to solidify and become sheened in like a darker color, almost like the stone becomes metal. As this happens and as you kind of step over, it quickly turns around and walks away from you in a very brisk manner. And it steps close to the pool, the fountain over there, and dips its sword in. As it pulls its sword away from the water, the stone has become metal, and it seems to be kind of pattern welded black and silver.
Ooh, can I knowledge that? Do I understand what that is? Does that make any sense to me?
You can.
No, it doesn't.
No idea.
The metal the same as the metal that I have on the sword.
You mean the black blades?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
It's like the door.
Okay.
Oh, great.
Initiative.
Do.
What? Oh no. It's a robot.
At 6th level, I get extra damage to constructs, but we're nowhere near.
Oh, of course.
Thanks though. Thanks for mentioning that.
Everybody rolled.
Yeah,
Perfect.
Oh no.
I'm gonna get smashed.
So the creature, its purplish color as it dips the blade into the thing, all of the color in the armor fluctuates and becomes bright red. It moves its head in your direction, Lucas, and it darts to you. It doesn't seem to be walking. It seems to be just gliding straight at you. It stops there,
Oh
and
god.
it will take its 2 attacks.
Boom, boom.
Let's make sure the macros are right.
I want you in my room. Spend the night together.
All right. So its leading attack, it swings with its just offhand left, kind of just a simple slash. Does hits? Does it kill you?
No.
Then it will then grab the weapon's hilt with both its hands and swing it in with a 2-handed attack. Does it hit?
No.
A 10.
All right, swing and a miss. But it definitely seems to have its focus, like the front of its face kind of just locked on your position. All right, Bunder.
I walk in.
As you do so, Lucas, you notice that its head quickly tilts, acknowledges Bunder's presence, and then moves back to you. It's a very animatronic and unhuman or unliving kind of gesture. It just tick and then slides back to you.
Draw my warhammer
Mm-hmm.
and miss.
All right. As you bring your warhammer in, it quickly deflects your weapon away. Not even having been paying attention to you, it just seems to be aware and wary of the attack. Stenon. All right. As Stenon steps into the room, it moves its head and then cocks it and acknowledges him, then moves back to looking at Lucas. As you move in and step adjacent to it, you're whirling about and you bring in your hammer and kind of like a long, slanted, direct attack at its chest to kind of catch it like in its center mass. It hits dead on, and you have hit stone walls that have been weaker than this. And you kind of like, but it seems to kind of, it seems to kind of like cave the chest in just a little bit, but not as much as you were expecting. And it's still focusing on
reverberate.
Lucas. No, what I wanted was, duh.
So it's like he hit a bell.
Yeah. Okay.
Lucas, you need to step back off the stone.
I will.
Eslo.
So I looked at it, and I fired, and I missed.
As you fire the bolt, both Cardiff and Eslo are taken aback in surprise. The green bolt fires on, and as it's about to pass the threshold there into the room, it just vanishes.
And then I missed, and then I tell Cardiff. There's some magic barrier thing.
Does my magic weapon not glow anymore?
No, it's glowing fine.
Okay.
Yeah, tell Cardiff. I think might be another magic barrier. This place is full of
You magic
stuff.
users are all just like, oh, fucking.
No, we're just getting fucked.
It's shenanigans. This one didn't suck it in and make a zombie out of it.
I think we might have to step onto the tile before we cast, and then maybe step off. I don't know. That'll probably be my next move, Cardiff.
You know that Zelda post I made about it being Dark Souls?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. Lucas.
I'm gonna hit it.
Aren't you moving through?
You hit. You cut into it, but you feel like oh no, you don't. As you cut into the steel, you see something that like your attack is nowhere near as strong as Stenon's, nowhere near, and you're kind of confused as this happens. You cut into the steel or armor, and it kind of leaves a gash, and you can see kind of the red light flooding out of that gash, and it seems like a scream starts emanating from the wound itself.
That's odd. Kind of look at my sword, and then I'm gonna step back a couple steps, heeding Stenon's words.
All right, it will take an opportunity attack against you as you move away from it. Two-handed, that'll hit for 7. You kind of feel the armor on your back kind of open up to its blade as he chads you.
He did chad me.
Cardiff.
Can I take my turn and just kind of like
perform a, like kind of an analyzation of what's happening here?
Yeah, including the fountain.
Arcana.
Let's try that again.
So you would definitely be able to discern that the well seems to be the source of what changed its weapon to what it is. You think that possibly dipping people's weapons into the well might cause a benefit. You also understand the barrier. It's not blocking magic from existing inside. It's blocking outside magic or outside anything from coming in besides people. So if you were to launch a volley into the room with a regular bow and arrow, it probably wouldn't pass. But beyond that, you don't know much about this guardian. It seems to be outside of your knowledge. Definitely old magic for sure.
Dip your weapons in the fountain. I'm gonna
All
wave
right.
my staff.
Hearing Cardiff's words, you guys also acknowledge what this creature is doing, or this weird automaton's doing. When Lucas exits the room and leaves the threshold, he no longer is looking in Lucas's direction, but the whole time he was. Now his head snaps and focuses on Bunder, and seems to keep locked on him. As that happens, he turns and brings both of his sword attacks to bear against Bunder. Neither hit. Bunder's able to deftly deflect them with his shield. Bunder, you're up.
Staying within. Oh, fuck's sake. Staying within. I move to the other side.
Mhm.
And swing.
That'll hit. And your weapon seems to pierce into the metal, unlike Stenon's. And you can feel like a crunch and a hole puncture with the Warhammer as you do so. Light spills out from it, and a second scream starts to fill the room. It's quite maddening, actually. But yeah, definitely a solid hit.
Bundle looks to Sten and just goes, "Get to the fountain. I'll hold it here."
Stenon. You walk away from it. It doesn't seem to acknowledge you or do anything to reach out to attack you. You dip your Warhammer's head into it, and the metal turns black and kind of patterned with silver lining. You come back to it and swing. No bonus to your attack, just normal attack. That'll hit, and it does just in similar kind to, as Bunder's did. It seems to actually cause real damage. As it does so, I would like Cardiff, Bunder, and Stenon to make wisdom saving throws, please.
Oh, I'm proficient. Fuck's sake.
Stenon as well.
I'm either rolling really high or really low.
Yeah, there's no in between. Stenon and Cardiff, you can hear this screaming. It's just so maddening, and it seems to be echoing in this chamber quite harshly. Bunder, you definitely are sensitive to the sound of stone, and you can just hear this squealing, it's just aching inside of your body. It genuinely hurts, and you feel compelled to retreat. And you also take 4 psychic damage, but you, as a reaction, will move your speed out of the chamber.
Uh-huh. Which isn't very far.
No, of course not. Okay, and as you are his primary, he will make an attack against you as you flee, even though he has technically made an opportunity attack. I know that was the next argument point, but yeah, he swings.
I'm not arguing.
Love you. So take 14 as you
14.
dart away.
Fuck me.
Ooh.
Yeah, go on. Take me down to 0. On
So
the
you'd
dot.
be right on the spill line there. You actually wouldn't get away. You'd be in either one of these 2 squares. All right. Stenon, solid hit.
You keep rolling 18s on the dot.
Eslo, go ahead.
So right now Bunder is down. He's dying.
Looks like that cut was clean into his back. It cut through the plate and the chain of his armor, and yeah. That actually happened on your turn, Stenon. You still have a bonus action. Sorry.
So on my turn, he tried to run away.
When you hit him for that much damage, it dropped the Helm Tor, or I'm sorry, the creature. It's not a Helm Tor, it's an Invariant Guard underneath his half hit point level. And basically, when that happens, the screams get maddening and force people to run away.
He's at 0 and on the ground.
Yeah, but you still have a bonus action because you haven't spent one on your turn. So if you want on your turn to finish, you
That's
you
a
can't.
buff action.
That's an action.
If you've got healing word, you could use that.
Oh shit, no.
Okay, then yeah, you'd
I
have to do that.
actually.
You'd have to do that as an action on your turn. Ezla, what are you doing?
Bunder is down. I run up to him and I force feed him a potion as my
Okay.
action.
As you're kind of seeing what's happening here, when Bunder falls to the ground bleeding, the construct's face kind of turns and faces Stenin. As you step across the line, its head darts to you, stares at you, and then snaps back to Stenin.
I force
Yep.
feeding a potion is an action, right?
2d4 plus 2. Yep. Unless it's a greater healing potion. No, it's not.
No, it's not. I only
That's
have
the other-
regulars.
That's the other guys.
Oh,
Right.
it's not that great. But there
Five
you go.
up. And then you're going to move back across the threshold or stay where you're at?
No, I'm.
Okay.
Nope.
All right.
It's a
Lucas,
free action. I spit in its face.
it seems to just kind of fall inside of the light, inside of the armor.
Okay.
Lucas,
I'm gonna do that on myself.
that's your action?
Yep.
And that'll put you to 6. And then what?
And shit, I don't know. I'll move to the edge here, 5 feet up. That'd be it.
Okay, Cardiff.
All right, here's my plan.
Cheerleading.
When I'm gonna ready myself for when it goes to attack, and as it goes to attack, I want to dance off and on this threshold to
Mhm.
distract it, to see if I can distract it
Okay.
while it's trying to attack. Does that make sense?
I understand. You're trying to make it look to you, acknowledge you, and then not swing as true. I get you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm readying my action for his attack.
So it moves to, I mean, it's kind of focused on Stenin, and it makes its attacks. It looks like it's preparing to fight. So you step across the border. It snaps its
Like
head to you.
staggering constantly.
No, I understand. It snaps its head to you as it's swinging its first attack. So it swings and misses. It kind of acknowledges you just the once. It doesn't keep bobbing its head like some kind of crazy person because there's a bit of a delay to it. It's not like 100% like perfect, like 100 frames per second. It catches you, and it will definitely go ahead and make its normal attack against Stenin as its second attack. The first attack had disadvantage because it was put off a little bit by your shenanigans. That will hit for 13, Stenin.
Okay, I'll take
Ow.
10.
Because, yes, exactly. Well, no, you'll take full. This is technically magical.
You should know you dipped.
You're full of shit.
No, you're using the same type of weapon against him. He'd be reducing his damage from you by half if you didn't have the same shenanigans he had. If you want to play that game,
Hint, hint. I have a magic weapon. You dipped in and got a magic weapon.
right.
And I've got a magic weapon.
Oh, you fucks got magic weapon.
Bunder,
I've got an ability. He started with it.
because he rolled his shit.
Stand up, holding onto my ear and moaning.
Oh shit, hold on. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you, Tom, but could I react to him hitting me?
Yeah, if you have a reaction to do, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna make him shit, I don't have it. I still don't have it copied down, but I'm gonna make him do a DC 13.
Right. Con, right?
What's that for?
Or is it Dex?
I don't know. I'm looking it up in the PHP right now. It's my Tempest domain.
Okay. Reactionary damage. Anyway, Bunning stands up, hold of his head and groaning, and as he does so, he swings up with his warhammer like, aha!
Okay, go ahead and throw your attack. It's miss. And then throw 2d8 for me. I'm already looking at Tempest. I know what to roll. Hold on.
Jesus.
You can't keep me down. But you
It's a
can't.
dexterity saving throw. 2d8 lightning or thunder, your choice.
Thunder. Go for thunder.
Thunder, thunder, thunder.
Which is it, Joe?
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Does Channel Divinity reset on a short rest?
No.
Yes, it does. Short or long.
Hold on.
I have it written down. Short or long rest.
So
You only have one use
16
of it, though.
thunder damage.
When you finish a short or long rest, you regain your expended uses.
Also, that one that you just did is not Channel Divinity. It's Wrath of the Storm. You can do it a number of times equal to your Wisdom modifier.
Yeah, but he means to max the damage. He wants to use Channel Divinity.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like the 10th Thunder domain
Gotcha.
combo, essentially.
And then when he gets level 8, he gets to do thunder damage on his weapon strikes as well.
Now, which was it, lightning or thunder?
I'd go thunder. It's
Thunder!
Thunder. Okay, cool. All right. Good deal. Bunder swings and misses. Stenin, you're up.
Yeah, I suppose I'll move as well.
Nice shot. And I missed.
I can always go back in.
Okay.
I'm no pussy, it just hits hard.
I'm not a pussy. I'm just running.
It just hits hard as fuck, is what it does.
Yep.
Can you drop shields?
As an action to stow or ready a shield.
Okay. No, I'll just hit him with the Warhammer.
What about car doors?
That's either really good or really bad. Does anybody have inspiration for him?
Nope.
Can I
I'll use
use
my
it on them?
inspiration.
Oh,
You can,
yeah,
you can
Joe.
grant if Joe's using his. Yeah, that's fine.
I'll use my inspiration. It's fine.
Yeah, solid. Exactly on the nose. The amount of damage that you need to kill. Tell me how you do it, Joe.
I fucking hit him with the hammer, right? And he falls apart.
You hit him so hard, square in his helmet. The helmet bounces into like the chest area and then snaps back and away, kind of flinging off in the distance, tatters against the ceiling and then the wall behind it, kind of like ping-ponging around the room for a second. And then the rest of the armor just kind of falls in a heap. The sword falls, and as it does, it becomes like stone and kind of cracks and breaks on the ground. As you realize
Makes
that
the
it's
same thundering sound that my spell did.
yeah, the room is just a cacophony of just metal and just bang, bang, banging as this happens. But as you do so and kind of pull the hammer back up and like finish it, you notice that the black and silver lining of the weapon has kind of dissipated and it's now just back to its regular normal metal sheen.
Bunder cleaning out his ears with his little finger walks past you and pats you on the back. Aye, good job, lad. Good job. And he's walking over to the door.
I walk up to
Slap hands.
the armor and I say, aside from the helmet, I feel like this is a good suit of plate armor.
Yeah, looking at it, it does look like it is a fine suit of armor.
Oh, no fucking way.
Hey, when you big boys can wear heavy armor, I feel like you could put this on
Oh, please.
and be
dude.
wearing like a suit of plate armor.
Do me a favor and just make an intelligence check, Aslo.
Sorry, John. I'm just
No.
metagaming for about 2 years ago.
No, it's perfectly right, but I'm making you roll an intelligence check for a reason. You'd also know that it would take an armor or a smith some time and some work and a full forge, not just like something they make shift out of nowhere. Hint, hint, forge cleric. You would need a full-on forge and like a bit of time and work. It would cost you about 1/10 of the price of full plate, or if you're doing it personally, 1/20 of the price of full plate to repair it and suit it to a person.
You get me access to a forge, lad, and I can refit that for you.
Ah, that would be great. This old worn out armor is not doing it so well anymore.
Nice. Well, I'm too weak to haul around a suit of plate armor, but you should definitely take that with us.
If you pay for the refit, all I ask is that you give me your old armor for keeping.
Sounds good.
Thunder, you would also notice, and also Stenin, you would have noticed because you were in the room as it happened. When the thing fell and all the sound went away, the water in the well stopped flowing, and the door on the back wall, it kind of slightly opened.
I'd be opening it then.
All right. The door opens up, and it's completely dry on the opposite side. There is absolutely just no air whatsoever on the other side. It seems to kind of lead into a unworked chamber, and from what you can see, it looks like the stone beyond actually is kind of glassed. It looks like there's just obsidian walls and floor all throughout, and it forms kind of like a conical tunnel that just goes straight back and gets darker and just deeper as you move.
Thunder kind of like bends down and touches the stone. He's like, "Ooh, you don't see this every day."
Yeah, the obsidian appears kind of like very heavy, but as you kind of touch it and kind of like play at it, it's not fine obsidian that will hold an edge, nor is it obsidian that would serve in like even material components. It literally looks like stone was slagged so hot, like it's now just absolutely just worthless.
Could this area have once been a volcano?
Perhaps, but not really something you would consider seeing the stone outside of it. It literally looks like something in this passageway, something that's beyond, is literally buried here and was done so with some kind of powerful magic.
Okie dokie.
Nothing happens.
I'd continue down.
Okay. At the very far end of this passageway, the very far end, it looks like the conical nature of the chamber kind of comes to a point. And at the end of that point, you can see that there is a black box, perfectly square. Looks like it's about maybe 8 inches by 8 inches cubed. And it's kind of set inside of the stone. Just kind of barely peeking out of the stone. It looks like it's kind of encased in the stone. Do you reach to grab it and pull it out? Or
Master Dwarf!
Yeah.
Where are you getting off to?
Pull it right out of the stone. It feels and it looks like adamantine. It looks like a box of adamantine.
Thunder smiles.
Your presumption is even if this thing is like half an inch or a third of an inch thick, it's probably worth about 1,000 gold pieces,
That's
just the
some
box.
decent metal there.
Yeah, it's probably worth 1,000 gold pieces, just the box.
Pick it up.
Not even considering what's inside of it, but you would recognize it as kind of an old dwarvish like lockbox, in that there's a trick to opening it, and you don't know the trick.
Yeah, start carrying it back.
So the box the box itself is made out of the adamantine, right?
That's the only thing that you can see. There's no mechanism on the box. It's literally just a black cube.
Okay.
There are no slits. There are no curves, cuts, anything. It is a perfectly smooth black box.
Looks like I found a dwarven trick box made of adamantine. If you guys can open this, you can keep whatever inside. I just want the box.
You said it's a perfect cube. There's nothing that symbolizes a latch or a lock or anything. It's just a perfect cube.
Perfect
It's
cube.
not supposed to be easy to open, lad.
Is there an arcane eminence about it?
Roll or cast detect magic. Otherwise, Arcana is not going to tell you anything.
Okay. I will be doing a ritual.
All right. Are you guys waiting for 10 minutes to let him cast his spell, or are you guys going to go ahead and move on from here?
Can he?
I say when we might as well leave. We might as well leave, and you can do that later. It's not.
Well, I can cast a ritual while we're on the move. I just need to be focusing on the ritual, right?
So can he walk and cast as long as he's not like doing anything strenuous?
That's fine. Once you cast detect magic and are kind of moving back towards, I'm assuming, the fourth passageway or second passageway, either one of those two. Which one, actually?
I say, can we? Why don't we just take a rest?
Somebody just roll a d4. Odds we go for
second one.
Okay. If you guys go down the second one, very quickly, Stenin, you actually recognize it for what it is. It's an escape passageway. It leads to the back end of the mine. Not near the ravine, kind of in a different direction than the ravine was. But you're pretty sure that it just leads out to the road. Like, if you were coming into town from the south, you could use this passageway to go into the town through the mine.
All right.
It's just a long passageway. But you recognize this quickly enough that you don't waste time. And then turn back and go to passageway number 4.
Number 4. And I warn everybody about how there's rumors of wild monsters and large creatures down here.
Yeah. You get down into what looks like a warrens, like a rat warrens. And you're kind of anticipating, like you've got hammers out, you guys are ready for it. But you guys come into this place and you find a lot of dead rats, like a lot of dead rats. Just dead rats for days. You also find a body inside of the miscellaneous kind of just offal that's been left behind by the rats in there. This rat cellar. You recognize it as Ben. It looks like Ben was down here for maybe a 6 day and a half, and looks like they ate a good portion of Ben. You're only really able to tell it's Ben because for some reason they left his smile and like lower jaw intact. Not much meat there, I guess. Yeah, it's definitely Ben's smile.
All right. Well, there goes Ben. Ben's dead.
All right. So I presume you at this point, because again, you guys technically have cleared this dungeon, other than the 2 entryways to other dungeons, dragged the 3 bodies back up to the surface and kind of progress out. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that box we opened with the trick lock on it? The one with the poison lock.
Yep.
Wait,
John.
what was it?
What are you talking about?
You know the chest we opened with the poison lock
Yeah, what about it?
in the centipede room. Is it worth anything?
The box? No.
Okay. That's a decent chest.
It is a decent chest, but the mechanism was broken. The handle portion was broken. There's no lock to it. The only like deterrent was that trap, and basically it's kind of rusted on its interior. The velvet's kind of like frayed. It would take more work putting it to sellable than it would be worth.
Valuable enough for me to transmute it?
No.
No. Okay. Cheers, Tennant.
All right, so you guys skip back out to the surface with the itemry that you have, and the Guardian encounter was worth 200 experience per person.
Cool. 170 to level up.
You say 200?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it did hit for like 14 hit points every time.
It was a challenge rating 4.
Took half my hit points off in one swing.
That was the easiest experience I ever gained. All I had to do was put a potion down our dwarf's throat.
Hey, if it wasn't for
But
you.
To be fair though, we had two magic weapons in the party, so you know.
Well, if it went another round, I was going to throw my alchemist fire at it, but no, I still got it.
You're gonna dance on that threshold, is what you're gonna do, boy.
All right, so a simple way of kind of relaying what I'm trying to get to here. You guys are good, right? You got anything else that you want to do in the mines? There really isn't anything left to the mine.
Yeah,
other
bro.
than a few doors.
Bro, what happened to Eric?
Great question. You are missing 1 miner that you are not able to find.
He is the flesh
Fuck you.
thief. Plot twist.
Eric got eaten. I'm gonna tell his family he got eaten.
That's, I guess, the best way to kind of point it out. But you found 5 out of 6. I mean, come on. It's pretty good.
Eric got eaten.
All right, so I'm just going to let you guys know I'm kicking you out. Bye. I got other people to run for. I'm going to go ahead and switch off the Twitch for a bit and get
We
ready
did
for the next one.
it!
Yeah.
You guys cleared the mine.
We beat the mine.
Congratulations.
Go to Big Bangs.
What did my detect magic reveal about the fucking lockbox?
It's not magical, the box itself, other than the interior and something inside the interior is magic. So
Okay.
basically, like the inner lining of the box and the contents of the box are magical, but you're only barely able to discern this because the adamantine seems to be kind of welling the magical like auras back. It's holding them inside, and you're able to kind of tell that these two things inside are definitely glowing. But as to which aura they are, as to what kind of magic we're talking about, to the power or potency of them, no, you're just able to detect that there are auras, even though with detect magic you normally could actually discern what they mean. Because of the adamantine box, you just know that they're present. You don't know what they are.
I'll be looking after this one.
Okay. So Joe, we're planning on doing Dungeons and Dragons at Vix on the 25th.
I'm down.
You down to do that? I think Chody's going to run another game like he did before.
Yeah.
So you'll be free on the 25th.
I don't know. Yeah.